You've seen the headlines. AI will change everything. Law firms need to adapt or die. But here's the real story. Most small law firms that dive into AI either waste money, buy the wrong tools, or end up with systems that nobody on the team actually uses. And why? Because they skipped one step, asking the right questions before they ever touched a piece of software. I'm Rok. I've built enterprise AI systems, and now I help small law firms separate AI hype from reality. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 critical questions that every law firm must answer before starting with AI or any automation project. Now, whether you're just starting to look into AI or are already talking to vendors, these questions will give you a clear, structured way to cut through the hype and avoid the most expensive mistakes that the legal teams make with tech. Let's get into it. These are the same 3 questions I use in every audit when I'm helping legal teams decide what to automate, how to do it, and whether it's worth doing at all. If you skip this, no amount of power users, fancy prompts, or shiny demos will save your project. Question number 1, where are we leaking time that isn't billable? Before chasing tools, map your time. Not just how many hours we work, but where you're losing hours that cannot be billed. For example, staff retyping intake forms into PDFs, partners chasing down version 38 of the contract, and admins renaming scanned documents manually. These are invisible drains on your productivity. They rarely show up in reports, but they quietly steal 20+ hours every week. This matters because most teams try to automate everything. So they start with complex legal reasoning tools. But the biggest ROI often comes from fixing low-level admin tasks that suck your time, but they don't require legal judgment. What you can do next is sit down with your team for 1 week. Track down all the tasks that you guys do that are repetitive, rule-based, and not client-facing. And that's your gold mine for automation. AI becomes simple once you actually know where you need help. And if you want me to identify your top 3 automation wins, book a free audit and I'll map them out personally. Link is in the description below. Question number 2 is, what are we already paying for and we're not fully using? I've worked with a firm that was about to spend 40K building a custom document intake system, only to realize their practice management tool had 90% of what they needed. They just hadn't activated the right features. Now, legal tech isn't cheap, and most teams are already paying for CRMs that no one updates, workflow tools that barely get set up, and document automation platforms using 10% of their potential. You might be wondering why this matters. AI shouldn't always mean new software. Sometimes it means unlocking what you already have or stitching those tools together in a smart way. So your next step after answering question number 2 is do a 30-minute feature review with your team. List out the tools you already pay for and then look at what features are you actually using. And then ask yourselves, if we add one missing piece here, could this work better? You'd be shocked how often the answer is yes. And we came to question number 3. Question number 3 is who actually owns the follow-through and the compliance? Because this is the silent killer in most AI projects in small law firms. Not the bad tech or the lack of ideas, but this is nobody's job problem. You sign up for a tool, you test it once, the team forgets about it. 3 months later, it's collecting dust. And the same manual tasks that your team has been doing before introducing the tool, well, they just revert back to doing them manually. And here's what I'm seeing more and more often now. Firms are jumping straight into ChatGPT or other public AI tools without considering that uploading client data might violate professional ethics rules or data protection regulation. AI isn't magic. It's a workflow shift, and that means that someone on your team or a partner needs to own the outcome. Training, adoption, ensuring that those systems actually fit your way of working, and making sure you're not accidentally breaching your client's confidentiality. Without ownership, even the best systems fail. What to do next is, before starting any AI project, ask who will make sure that this is used in real cases by real people every week, who will be overseeing whether it actually works? And even most important, who will be making sure that we're not putting confidential client data where it doesn't belong? If nobody has time or clarity, you either need help or a much simpler solution. To recap, these are the questions that law firms need to answer before touching AI. Where are we leaking non-billable time? What are we already paying for but underutilizing? And who owns the follow-through, adoption, and compliance? If you can answer those three clearly, you are already ahead of 90% of the law firms exploring AI in 2025. And if you're not sure how to answer them, or want a second pair of eyes, that's exactly what I help legal teams with. I offer a free consultation where we walk through your workflows, uncover your blind spots, and give you a custom, no-commitment action plan that keeps you compliant while saving your time. The focus is not on pitch decks, but on real fast results. So if you're serious about cutting your manual work and reclaiming 20+ hours a month, without drowning in demos or compliance headaches, click a link in the description to book your call today. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe, because I'll be sharing more no BS strategies built for real legal teams as opposed to lab demos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.